Why do people say, my baby daddy, instead of, my child's father? I've only heard it used in instances where the father isn't actually involved in the day-to-day raising of the child. It takes more than sperm donation to be a dad. Not a fan of the phrase either. Saw a video where a cop, who happened to be at the wrong address, asked the man of the house if the woman inside was his baby mama. The man, outraged, said, "That is my wife." Quote, cop eventually had to apologize. Definitely a negative connotation. It's AAVE. I'd only say it to make a joke at my husband's expense. Definitely trashy and implies he's not a good father. He is. We have that kind of relationship where we can use humor like that. Sometimes he'll tell me to go into the kitchen and make him a sandwich. I usually throw something at him at that point, like a stuffed animal or sock, while he laughs and hides. I can't stand it when people use that phrase. Because it's a baby and they are the daddy. My baby daddy means, my baby's daddy. It's just Ebonics ghetto slang that makes the pronunciation sound like there's no apostrophe in the phrase. Hood slang. They don't want to use the term father because they do not father them and they are not a father figure to them. I actually like the term daddy in a good way and think baby daddy should be changed to something else, but I don't know what. To quote Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, he may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy. I see daddy as the affectionate term and father as the overly formal, almost non-affectionate term. It's supposed to be that way, I think. American norms. Father is only used when he is good with sharing the burden. Personally, I find that this term is used, at least in my community, mostly to refer to someone as the father of their children in a less formal or conventional way. It is also almost always used to minimize the importance of the person in question or to denigrate them because they are unfaithful or not their spouse. For instance, if you and someone else were married and later got divorced, that person would be referred to as the father of my child. But they would also be referred to as baby daddies if you had a one-night fling or had a child outside of a romantic relationship, such as through friends with benefits. Furthermore, it could be implied that you regard this individual as your child's father in addition to your boyfriend. Hey, me and my father's child went out for dinner last night, is kind of an awkward way to word things. And with so many people having kids outside of wedlock, they've found a new way to refer to them. Though, I get the impression that it's reserved for men who aren't really significant to a woman in terms of love and other matters, and who she simply happens to become pregnant with because of that. So she just calls them that. Never in my life have I used baby daddy. It's absolutely awful. It's because they are trashy people. Always had sort of a trashy connotation to it. Yay, it's a shockingly atrocious use of grammar that is very abrasive on the listener's ears. Sad that it's used to describe the relationships, and thereby the atmosphere and the environment, of where an innocent child will be raised. Downright repugnant. Originally, it was my baby's daddy, but through slang and texting, it became baby daddy. It's kind of a term that's been reclaimed and transmogrified into something casual or endearing. Language evolves. I agree it used to be a light pejorative, perhaps steeped in racist tropes. That connotation has softened in younger generations, but older folks still cringe at it. Another example of white people taking AAVE and running it into the ground. People in the comments, trying to be intellectuals themselves. are also being idiots. It doesn't have positive connotation. If you think it does, then you aren't black, don't have black friends, and are a victim of appropriating things you know nothing about. It's a phrase that got bastardized. End of story. Baby daddy and child's father basically means the exact same thing. Because they're ghetto! Exclamation mark. Nah. You had it right.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.